Hello everyone, historian R42 here, and welcome to another history biography, and which will be part of a long series of history biographies. And today we will be looking at Holocaust survivor and Schindler Jew Rabbi Menshae Levertov. Rabbi Menshae Levertov was born on 10th of November 1906 in Krakow, Poland, to parents R. Yitzhak Eric Yehuda Yaakov Levertov (1838–1898 to 1938) and Rivka Levertov, whose birth date to death is mostly unknown and no historical photograph of is available. Rabbi spent his childhood and later early years in his birthplace of Krakow, Poland. On 1st of September 1939, Poland was invaded by Nazi Germany, and the historical city Krakow, who at that time was home to estimately 25,000 Jews, became an astoundingly unfortunate victim. This triggered World War II in Europe. Nazi Germany was run under the rule of Adolf Hitler, who was an exceedingly intense anti-Semite and preceded his hatred towards the Jews as well as other groups the Nazis deemed undesirable by enacting the Nuremberg Laws in 1933, the year he became Chancellor of Germany, President Paul von Hindenburg having no choice but to appoint him. When the invasion started and the Nazis made their way to Krakow, they soon proceeded with the typical Nazi procedures by establishing a ghetto, breaking in and making Jewish homes their own, and setting apart the Jews from the rest of society. This was a starting stage to the Holocaust, or the Shoah, which was the genocide of the European Jews and other groups hated by the Nazis, orchestrated by Adolf Hitler and the rest of Nazi Germany during the Second World War. Little is known, but from a 1993 historical drama film Schindler's List, where you see that Rabbai's belongings may have been confiscated, which, given the Nazis' behavior and prejudice, would not be hard to believe. In the film, it is the same month that this unfortunate event and events occurred. German industrialist and member of the notoriously infamous Nazi Party arrived in Krakow, being sure it would be quite a positive means of business, this being Oskar Schindler. And he was a man always looking for business. Oskar Schindler acquired, as many Nazi Party members had, the rights of a Jewish-owned business, which was later named DAF Jamal Waren Fabrik, which was previously owned by a Jew named Abraham Bankier. Rabbi would learn of Schindler's humanity in the film when he was a prisoner in the Plaszow labor camp, or the Krakow Plaszow concentration camp, where the prisoners were brutally mistreated, beaten, killed, hanged, or died from other impeccably horrible and devastatingly tragic causes, such as starvation. In the film we witness a tremblingly haunting moment where for a moment it sees as the Nazi commandant Amon Gerd attempts to kill Rabbi by gunfire, but is luckily unsuccessful. Later he learnt of Schindler's humanity when being rescued, and later it was seen that Schindler was on a humanitarian mission, risking his life to save 1,200 Jews from death in the Holocaust during the majority of the Second World War, which he was successful at. Rabbi was among the Jews rescued and was safely transported from a Plaszow labor camp to the safety of Brinnitz, which Schindler had established as a concentration camp, but Brinnitz was the complete opposite of other concentration camps. The Jews were treated humanely, given appropriate rations of food, including soup and bread. In the film we later see Rabbi have a heartwarming, shortened conversation with Schindler before proceeding towards a Jewish prayer, another thing that was not permitted in the other Nazi-established concentration camps. Brinnitz, however, did have a commandant who wasn't actually Schindler, but was SS Obersturmführer Joseph Leopold, who was an anti-Semite of high degree and held deep hatred towards the Jewish people, as well as a continuously possible frustrating shock and annoyance he held towards Schindler for acting humanely towards his workers. Luckily, Schindler, who had the highest rank of leadership of the factory and had forbidden any soldiers or guards on the premises of the factory floor without his authorization, Rabbi Menshae Levertov remained in safety at Brinnitz with Oskar Schindler until the end of World War II in Europe, with Germany's defeat in May 1945. After the war, Rabbi came into frequent close contact with Schindler and remained great friends. He was one of over 800 Jews who greeted him at the airport when Schindler was making one of his regular trips to Israel. Rabbi Menshae Levertov passed away on 11th or 12th of February 1966, and it's stated that it was following being hit by a car while crossing a street in New York, where he supposedly emigrated to after the war. while crossing the street coming home from Shoah night at the age of 59. To avoid being disrespectful, I must insist that I do not know what the truth to this is. What I can and am able to say is that Rabbai was a person of genuine humanity, kindness, and heart, as much as Oskar Schindler was, and may his soul and heart